Hello, this is Nana Tink Treasures, also known as Trish. Today I'm going to do a video on updating how to clean vintage Tupperware. I had done that about a year ago, and from that video it's got a lot of reviews. I've gotten questions on it. I've actually gotten some more tips and ideas from it, and so I'm going to address these issues, these questions, and let me show you in a little bit more detail of how I clean my vintage Tupperware. Don't go away. Let me address the water temperature. In my first video that I did on this, I didn't specify or really did not go into too much detail about it, and it was brought to my attention that I really should have. So let me just say this: when you add bleach or any chemical to water, it should not be boiling water. I did not have boiling water when I did my video. My faucet is set, the temperature is set very, very low. Not very, I mean, it gets hot, it gets warm enough, but it's set lower so that if it's turned on, it's not scalding. So if a child comes and turns on the hot water and it stays on and they put their hand on it, they're not gonna get burned. So I did not boil the water, I did not do it, it was just straight temperature. And I will show you right here is the faucet, and I just turn on hot water. And I let that hot water get hot like that. And you can see it's still on. You can see that, but it's still on the hot water. This is the hot water side, and it's running. It's still running, and it's not burning me at all. Now it's getting a little bit warm. It does get warm. It does get a little bit hot, but it's not scalding. It's not gonna burn me no matter how hard or long, I should say, that I hold my hands under here. It's not gonna burn. Prove that that's the hot water. Let me see if I can fog my glasses. It's hard to do down here. Just bring it up. Can you see my glasses getting fogged? Not really. But this is hot. Getting hotter and hotter, but still, even after all this time, this here water is not burning me. It's not gonna scald. So that's the temperature you use when you put bleach into something. It's not going to be so hot that it's going to scald in the chemical reaction. It will affect your sinuses, it affect your lungs. You don't want that to happen. So I really want to specify that it's not boiling water, it's just hot water from my spigot. And some spigots even have such hot water you couldn't do this for as long as I'm doing this. Now that's warm. My hands are getting a little warm, a little red. It's not scalding. So let's fill this up. And this is what I did. I filled this up to about a gallon of water. In a gallon of water, I'm just gonna use about a quarter cup of bleach. Just a quarter cup of bleach into about a gallon water. Have old clothes on too. An old shirt, because you know, bleach sometimes, although this is the low splash, you don't know me, I splash. So I wear an old shirt, just in case. So here that's probably about a gallon water right there. And to that, I'm gonna just add a quarter cup of this bleach. And put that right in there. And that's good for that. Can you see my glasses are fogging a little bit? See, it is warm. It's not scalding, but it is warm. So with that, of course, the old trusted Dawn, and I just put a little bit of squirts in there, like that. So that is how I prepare the water for Tupperware, to clean the vintage Tupperware. Now, another question was, and I'll clean that in a minute, but I want to address this. I'm not understanding what the question, why he didn't respond. The question was something about, if it's Tupperware, it will say Tupperware. So I responded saying, every piece I used was Tupperware. Could you please timestamp and tell me what piece you believe wasn't Tupperware, and I would show you exactly what it was. Now, here's one of the pieces, which I'm gonna do this again today because it needs cleaned. But this was one I did in my other video, this piece. And it's hard to see, but it does say, I block it maybe. It does say Tupperware right there. So I'm not sure if that's it. The other question maybe was because I had these round tubs. I have a pair of these. Now, I've had these for about 35 years. Maybe because they're round and they have this type of a tab opening. They're old, they're vintage. I'm not sure. But let me show you, this is exactly what I had cleaned before. That's confectionery sugar. And an old tin shaker too, for my dad used to use that. But you can see on this, it also says Tupperware right there. And there was another piece just like that other one I just showed you. So I'm not real sure what the person was saying or thinking, saying if it's Tupperware, it will say Tupperware in all caps, like yelling like I wasn't using Tupperware. So that's what I used, and I'm not sure. But anyways, it is Tupperware. And another good tip that I was asked, not a good tip, I'm sorry, but another question was, what about the different colors of Tupperware, vintage? Can that be used? And I only had white pieces when I did the video. I've just recently bought some different color pieces from Joey Bada Bing 22. So yes, and of course you can use color Tupperware, and in the same method, it doesn't matter, it's not gonna hurt it. What will hurt and discolor your Tupperware is if you put it in the dishwasher. Dishwasher will change the color because it's harsh. The dishwasher detergent is harsh. I've used this in the dishwasher. This used to be brighter, so you can see, and I'm going to clean this today because, I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of yellowed and discolored, and the same with this. This one is not too bad, but I've used this, and another question was, sometimes you really can't see ridges in there. But someone had asked, when it gets ridges, why is it doing that, and scrapes or bubbles like? And one of the reasons would be if you put hot sauce in here, any type of a hot tomato sauce, that will not only really discolor it bad, but it will maybe melt it a little bit. So you don't want to put hot stuff in here in any Tupperware container. So we have that issue to address, and actually I did do that on this one, right? Hard to see, but it is right there. A little bit of a bubble from too hot of an item. So that was an issue on that. And then there was another great tip, which I forgot to tell you. I didn't show you, I knew it, but it's an awesome tip. Let's get to cleaning this, and then I'll tell you about that tip, okay? So first, I think you can see the sink. So in this is still the same hot water with a little bit of the bleach, and these are not dirty at all, but basically they do need cleaning since I bought them off online. But as you can see, there's some little bit of dirt and grime, and it gets caught in these here little grooves, which I do have a really good small little brush. I got this from Straws. I bought a pack of straws, metal straws, and brushes came in with them. So this is a small little brush like this to clean inside there, clean on the edge, like that. Now, if you don't have one of these small ones, plus you go to the dollar store and get different brushes too. don't have one of those, you can even actually use just a bigger size brush like that and just scrub it. I'm letting these soak in here a little bit. Let that bleach work a little bit with the detergent and get it all nice and clean. Like I said, these were not in bad shape at all. Yeah, they're pretty good shape. So just rinse them off and put them over there to dry right now. Just lay them aside. Same thing with this. Not bad at all. Scrub the edges. Yeah, I like this brush better than this, but if you had tiny or if you had something stuck in there, that'd be great to go inside there and get that in the groove. Get all that cleaned out. But these are not in bad shape. Rinse that off. And even scrubbing this here, you can see the coloring is not changing at all. What will change the color quicker than anything is putting these in the dishwasher. By far. A little bit of gunk on the bottom there. A little bit of scratched. I would say that was put, I'm not sure why that's scratched up on the bottom. But it's not bad, still usable. So we did that one. This is a pretty color, I like this color. Okay, I got those done, dried. I put them outside for a little bit. It's been probably about a half hour I've been letting these things soak. Now this one was in the worst shape. It had like a lot of yellowing in here. See if you can still, yeah, you can still see some. Not sure, that actually is from turmeric, Indian spice that I had put in soup and then I put it in here. That was a mistake. You see, you probably can't tell, but there is yellowing. You can see that yellowing? Yeah, you can see that. It goes around the bowl. So we're gonna see if we can get that out. And even though it's been soaking, it still did not come out. All right, let's check this. Okay, it is not totally clean. It came cleaner, but I still see a lot of that yellow turmeric in there. Now, I may never get that out. I'm gonna work and try a couple other things. This thing is clean. This has been soaking. It's good to go. There. This is a cut mark, and I can't get that cut mark out. It is cut. I've had this set of Tupperware bowls, probably, again, I bought them when I bought the clear set over about 35 years ago. Okay, this one is really set to go. It's been in here long enough. Nice white piece. Clear. That one's nice and clean. And take that outside. Now for these lids. These lids get really bad. And this is one thing I want to show you. Waited till last to show you. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on that turmeric staining. Don't put turmeric in your Tupperware containers. Mental note, because it's on the lid too. I don't know if you can see it, but right here, yellow. yellow right there. So you see how warped this is? See, I set that. They get warped over time. And last trick somebody had mentioned, when you're done cleaning, take and put your lid on. See how it still comes up? Really gotta force it down. It's really out of there. Whack there. And now it's good. And then take this and set this out in the sun and let it dry with the lid on, and hopefully it'll dry back into the right shape. So that's what you do with the lid. Put the lid back on, somebody suggested, and let it dry that way, and that helps get that warpness back out of the lid and to the right shape. So let me show you what I have out here. It is a little bit sunny now. Still a little overcast, not bad. Probably a perfect day to put different colored Tupperware containers out, because you don't want to leave colored Tupperware in the sun. It will bleach them out, the color will be different, and you don't want to do that. But here on the table is the ones I've done. You can see they're looking good. I would just leave them out long enough basically to let them dry. So there's that one, looks pretty nice. And that one, and this little one. This yellow one got really bright, it's pretty. Really nice, nice clean. Same with this color one, this color so pretty. Nice and clean. So I'm gonna leave these out here just for a little bit. There's this one. This is a newer model picture. Oh yeah, if you're wondering what that is, that's a solar light. At night, turn that on and it flashes all different kinds of different lights. It's like a disco out here. So we have that. All right, I'm gonna go check on the other. Okay, still trying to work to get that stain out, that turmeric stain that's yellowed around here. Try and true, the bleach didn't work. I'm going to go with some good old baking soda paste. So just have empty bowl here. I have my baking soda here in a container. Sprinkle some in there. Just a little bit, and then I want to add just enough water to make like a paste. I use my hands. Maybe you want to use gloves. Some probably gloves might work better. So good old baking soda. Baking soda is such a good clean. It's got a little bit of abrasiveness to it, and the alkaline in it works against the staining. So we left this like this, and I don't know, we'll work on it, let it sit, work on it, let it sit for about 10-15 minutes on and off, and see what happens there. I'm also gonna grab these lids out and do that with these lids, because I'm not liking exactly how that turmeric is still in there too. So we're gonna try this, and I think it's gonna work, guys. Okay, it's been about 10-15 minutes. Been letting this soak. That turmeric, note to self, don't ever put turmeric in Tupperware. Boy, those stains just don't come out. This is working amazing though. So after the bleach soap, bleach Dawn hot water, needs a little bit of abrasive, use some baking soda, scrub them up. Let's see how these lids are looking. Yeah, that's looking real nice. I like that. Yeah. That's nice and clean now. Love that. Let's look at this. Is the worst lid. Had that turmeric stain right there. Yeah, it's still got some on there. It is not coming off. It's a lot lighter. It's a lot better. But I don't know if you can see it. But it is still just a little bit right there. Yep, I don't think that's gonna come off. Looks a lot better. Still very warped. We're gonna have to put that on the bowl and see if it dries straight. Same with this one. Got the marks off of this one. This one looks good. Now this bowl. Yeah, let's see what we got going on here. It's a little bit better, but I still see yellow. I still don't think it's gonna come out no matter what. There's still some yellowing, but not bad at all. It's looking pretty good. So let's get these rinsed, lids on, and out in the sun for a little bit and see what happens. Okay, so bring it out here. Got everything sitting out here in the sunlight a little bit. And what I did was ran these lids under hot water again, and I did not dry them off. As you can see, they're still wet, and I put them on. So let's hope that works. I think it will. Now this came out really nice. I like the color. Came out good. Got this lid on, still wet, dripping. And it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Scraped up, scratched up. Yeah, I didn't treat this Tupperware, these two pieces, too good like I should have. Accidentally got a burn spot there and a burn spot there. And this piece came out a lot better. Nice and clean and white, but leave the lid on. Make sure it all gets attached. So I'm not going to leave these out too much longer because these other pieces over here have been out for about a half hour now. I don't want the sun to bleach them out too much. I think they are all dry. Yep. And we bought a place down in Florida. We're gonna go down in Florida in winter time. So I'm gonna take these down there. I think I'll use them down there. Looks nice. Very nice and clean. Nice and dry and clean and ready to rock and roll. And we have this one. Can always use Tupperware. I love my Tupperware. And just so you know, my daughter-in-law, she's a distributor. She sells Tupperware. And if there's ever a vintage piece that you have and it's cracked, and they're not going to replace it if you burn it like I burned the one. There we go. I don't know why that's not going down. Maybe because that doesn't fit right. Let's see. There we go. So if it's burnt like this, they will not replace it. But sometimes vintage Tupperware like this, because I had a piece and the lid will crack on the corners. If it cracks, Tupperware will replace it for free. You won't get the exact same one. You'll get an up-to-date one, obviously, of what they have now. But it's comparable or better than what you have. So if you have lids that are cracked or this part's cracked, yes, find a distributor or my daughter-in-law, because she did it for me, got me a free one. So we're going to get all these pieces in, and once that's all dry, over here, these pieces, I'm going to take the lids off and check them and see how they look. Well, it's been about an hour. I don't want to leave these out here much longer because the sun is starting to get pretty hot. Let's see how they look. These are dry. This one's still wet. Looks good, feels good, getting warm. All right, let's see if they still have the, what do I want to say, warpness. I don't want to leave them in there too long because I don't want them to get funny smelling inside either. This one was pretty bad. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, it's still kind of warped. still pretty wet in there too. Maybe we need to leave them out a little bit longer. It's a great idea, putting them on while they dry. That was a good tip someone gave me. I think it'd work. See this one. Oh yeah, see this one's not too bad. Still got some water in it. It actually is warming up enough. So we'll leave them out here. That's how I used to do it back in the day. Once you put them on, you have to burp it. It's called burp it. Let the air out, like that. Tupperware, made in USA. All right. I'm gonna leave them out here for a little bit longer until they really warm up. The sun was not out. It is really out now. So let's let the sun really heat them up. This is pretty good. Leave that open so it can dry. Then I'll put it back on and heat it up. I think it's pretty good. I think it's gonna work pretty much for the most part. So I'm so excited because it's been a couple hours. Had the bowls out in the sun between the baking soda and the sun. Guess what, y'all? Stains gone. Stains are gone. 2 more. Can't hold a candle to me. Who can fight it, you see? Take this off. Show no stain. It's gone. Gone there and gone from in the bowl. Can you see? Gone, gone. Gone, gone. I'm so excited. It worked. It cleaned. Sun is amazing. Baking soda and sun, that's what did it. And the lid, still a little bit warped, but it is a little straighter. I think if I heat it again and keep storing it on top of here, I think that will work. This one is awesome, nice and clean, and it was good before. Take this lid off, and it's not bad either. Still a little bit warped, but again, I think I'm gonna heat them up, store them on there, and see what happens, but I'm so excited, it worked. What do you think, guys? It's always a trial and error, you know? I don't care what you say or who you are. Not everybody knows everything. So we learn, you know? I'm so old and I'm still learning. I appreciate everybody that made comments, asked questions, gave me some tips, some ideas. Learn, that's what we're here for, learn from each other. So I hope you enjoy this, and I know a lot of people out there are watching my videos, but I have about 20% that are not subscribers. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, top bell, and then you're notified every time I upload a new video. And hit that thumbs up. Never know what I'm gonna put up next. So it's a beautiful day, enjoy it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Till next time. Bye. Bye. Did you hear the sound of my pond? Nice pond. Bye.